Is it stress or burnout? If you put in too much effort into something, it's stress. But if you feel like it's hard to put in any effort, it's burnout. If you feel anxious and strong emotions, it's stress. If you feel blunt, almost emotionless, it's burnout. Stress leads to anxiety, while burnout leads to depression. Burnout is the accumulation of unchecked stress over long periods. You can have stress with burnout, but you cannot have burnout without stress.
Hi, I need to check on you. Do you often overthink about something till there is no solution to it? It's okay to be that way, but don't let it consume you. There's a big gap between a deep think and overthink. Let's say girl A is a deep thinker, meanwhile girl B is an overthinker who met a totally stranger. Girl A will say, okay, I will meet someone new and make them as my friends. On the other hand, girl B will start making up in mind and say, what will they think about me? Did they like me? Or was I weird? What if they think I sounded stupid? Are you the girl B? Hey, you don't need to impress everyone you come across. You don't need to be right every time, and neither do become like the rest. It doesn't deserve a permanent spot in your mind, so take your time, and one day you will take that load away out of your mind, and you're gonna throw them into the ocean, and you will feel so calm. You got this. I love you. Bye.
Fear. You have felt fear. Sometimes, fears become excessive to the point where we can't function normally. The intense worry can interrupt day-to-day living, causing panic. That's when the fear becomes a phobia. Social phobia, agoraphobia, and specific phobias. When they are seeing, being exposed to, or even thinking about the phobia can cause severe anxiety and panic that can lead into physical symptoms. But don't worry, all of these phobias are treatable. There is clinical therapy and also self-therapy. Face your fears is a key. But what is the most important thing here is how you want to help others with phobia. Be a support person. Let me tell you how. Understand the situation and why they have problem. Talk with them. It helps you understand what someone might be experiencing. Ask them what helps. Take their phobia seriously and don't try to judge. Distract them if you see the moment they are protecting themselves from the phobic thing. Try to get their attention. Reassure them with your support. Just by saying you love them and will never put them in any danger. Gain their trust. Most of all, it's important to know that phobias are common and you are not alone.
Hello guys, have you felt overwhelmed with your assignments or even daily tasks? Especially for those of us who are in online learning environment. At one point, our body just refused to move and simple tasks seem impossible to be done. So today I'm going to share with you what I did when I feel like this. First, I will stop whatever I'm doing and take a deep breath. If I'm crying, I'll let all those tears down and take a nap. I will remind myself, don't be too harsh to yourself. You are not quitting, you just need a rest. Next, I will list down everything that needs to be done, even simple chores like folding clothes or feeding cats. I do a timeline to focus on one task at a time. Now repeat after me, slow progress is still a progress. I always have too many ideas and second thoughts in the middle of completing a task. These thoughts make it hard to complete it. I keep going back and forth. So I write down all those ideas and just resume with what I'm initially doing. I do not disregard these ideas. I'm keeping them on hold for future reference. Remember, everyone is dealing with different situation. You can try and see what works for you. Now, share with us. What do you do when feeling overwhelmed?
I reset my day by taking a shower. Even as an adult, I struggle with my emotions. They tend to be very overwhelming. I'm trying my best to work on them, but sometimes it's just too much. Meditating can be in a form of anything, like journaling. You don't really have to sit still. What matters is your intention. So, this is how I reset. I step in the shower with worry and stress. As I turn it on, With water flowing onto me, I close my eyes and I take 3 deep breaths. I visualize all my overwhelming thoughts to be washed away with the water. Then I say words of affirmations out loud, rewiring my mindset and talking to my inner child. You're doing great. I'm so proud of you. Emotions, happy or sad, it's fine. It's okay to be emotional. Take it one day at a time and you'll make it. I take some deep breaths again, imagining the water flowing onto me with good vibes and energy. Do this as long as you want, till your brain believes in it. Waking up at 7 a.m. or 3 p.m. This is how I reset my day. So I have a question for you. How do you reset your day?
This is Hassan, and this is how he's been told by people in almost every daily basis.
All I asked you to do is get the milk. That's it. It's not difficult to remember, but you didn't. Try to focus and listen to me, that's all.
I am trying, Mum.
Stop fiddling with that glass. Listen to me. You're doing it again. Just stop fiddling and listen.
I'm trying.
No, you're not.
Basketball?
I swear one day we're going to have a coherent conversation.
Sorry, I didn't get much sleep
It's
and...
cool, no worries.
You know what? I'm getting sick of this. I'd like you to get outside and you can focus on your own outside now.
Yeah, and that's how people think about you when you have ADHD. What is ADHD? ADHD is a neurodevelopmental condition that is genetic and environment influenced. People with ADHD usually has main signs that are inattentiveness, means having hard times on paying attention and focusing, impulsivity, like buying or doing silly things without forethought, and hyperactivity, like having an excessive energy attack that comes along with various struggles like time management, having a coherent conversation, and remembering things. Regardless of their problem in regulating their emotion and attention, people with ADHD tend to be very creative, eager, and outspoken. ADHD comes with anxiety and depression, and it is invisible and most people just don't actually know it exists on people. How hurting is it when people think Hassan is just a weird, lazy, defective personality person and he believed he is. So, rather than just writing off ourselves or others by being different, let's just start appreciating what the difference can bring to the world.
Mental illness does not discriminate.
It can affect anyone regardless of your age, gender, income, and many more.
Learning about the early signs of mental health issues and early intervention can potentially decrease the severity of mental illness. So, what is the common signs of mental illness in adults and adolescents? Excessive worrying or fear, changes in sleeping habits, feeling tired and low energy, feeling excessively sad or low, changes in eating habits such as increased hunger or lack of appetite, and also confused thinking or problems concentrating and learning. So if you or someone you know experience these signs and symptoms, what to do and where to seek help. Learning about mental health can help individuals and families understand the significance of symptoms, how an illness might develop, and what to do to help. Say it out loud. Ongoing individual counseling and educational support. Remember, you are not alone.
The thing about insomnia is you're always tired, but you can't sleep. It makes it hard to focus during the day. It could be caused by your diet, jet lag, too much caffeine or alcohol, but it's also mainly because of mental health disorders, stress, anxiety, depression, PTSD. Your body experiences a state of hyperarousal, releasing a hormone called adrenaline that kicks your body into high alert, thinking it's in danger. It could be due to past trauma or stress. These conditions incite pervasive negative thoughts, those thoughts that zip through your mind like traffic, keeping you awake at night. But insomnia is just a symptom. It can be treated. So take care of yourself. Unwind with a book or some meditation before bed. Change your habits.
This is a story of a little ghost. It was the first day of the last year of school. I thought I had planned out my future, what I wanted to be, where I will go, and what to take. But I was wrong. There were tests, quizzes every week, and my friends always asked questions from the assignments and homeworks. I couldn't say no. All the works, tests, and quizzes haunts me every day. It got to the point where I lost my appetite and lost my weight. One day, my family got in a cab in the middle of my study. I never disagree since I'm a cat person. She always accompanies me while I'm studying. It's nice to have a companion during these times. But time took the best of her. My cat fell sick and we couldn't afford her surgery. We had no choice but to surrender our cat to the vet. I lost my companion to support me while I'm studying. My weight keeps decreasing. My mark went down and I still got asked for help. I wasn't sure if I could handle this. This story was an experience from one person. There are many other challenges different people with mental issues have faced. For example, living up to people's expectation and prioritizing other people, unable to identify their feelings or mood, lack of support or difficulties in social interaction. So it is best to check on friends and families if they show some signs. Mental issue is not something to be taken lightly, as it could bloom into other illness. Don't overlook them. They matter too. Thank you for listening to the story of
Anorexia nervosa is a type of eating disorder. Symptoms include an extreme fear of gaining weight. Do you know, an estimated 1 in 5 deaths from anorexia are by suicide. People with eating disorders will restrict the amount of food they eat. Sometimes, they use extreme efforts to control their calorie intake. This can include purging food after eating. They may also exercise excessively to lose body weight. Some of these factors can be genetic. They may have experienced teasing or bullying about weight or body shape, perfectionism, low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, and childhood trauma or neglect. Besides, pressure from society to be thin, especially with social media and all those photoshopped images portraying an impossibly perfect, but not real, ideal.
You don't have to look a certain way to be important. You definitely don't have to have a perfect body to be valued and loved. You are valuable and incredibly important in the body that you have now. It is perfect. You don't have to change it to be accepted. Please reach out if you're facing troubles with eating or body image. There are people who can help. Much love.
Hey there! Do you really know what obsessive-compulsive disorder really means?
OCD has taken over my life, and I don't know how to stop it.
OCD is a type of anxiety disorder characterized by recurrent, unwanted thoughts and repetitive behaviors. Do you know that more than 1 over 4 of adults have experienced OCD symptoms at some point in their lives? That means you might be one of them too. About 25% of OCD sufferers have an immediate family member with the disorder. OCD is diagnosed when obsessions and compulsions consume excessive amount of time, causing significant distress, and interfere with daily functioning at work, school, or social activities. The most prominent conditions that may coexist with OCD are contamination, symmetry, hoarding, obsessions without visible compulsions, and harm obsessions. OCD is not something to aspire to. Let us all be understanding, ever supportive, and not to be judgmental towards OCD sufferers. Let us all join hand in solidarity for OCD. Break the stigma.
One in 5 women experience mental health problems during pregnancy and after birth. This is what statistics shows. What statistics do not show are stories, the real experience of being a mom, especially the first-time moms. This one is for you, moms. Being a mom is already a whole new experience. Being a first-time mom during a pandemic is another ballgame. We know your struggles. We know you're tired, and we know that you really love your baby. But you also need to know that you are doing your best, and you are the best mom for your child. Just keep on going and take some time for self-love.
Oh, hi there. How is your day going? Is it good or bad? Have you feeling any of this? If you have, well, it's time for you to do something about it. This is what we call stress. Stress is a feeling of being under abnormal pressure. This pressure can come from different aspects from your daily life, such as these. As a result, you will experience changes of your behavior, appearance of physical symptoms, and more intense emotions. So there are some simple tips that you can use in your daily life to reduce you from getting stressed. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing you can do is take care of yourself. Eat healthily, exercise, get plenty of sleep, and give yourself a break if you feel stressed out. Secondly, you can take care of your body. Take a deep breath, do stretches, and exercise regularly. Exercise regularly, such as workout, will help you to reduce your stress as it makes you follow the healthy food intake. Then get plenty of sleep, at least 7 to 9 hours per day. This will allow your body and mind to recharge, leaving you refreshed and alert when you wake up. Healthy sleep also helps your body to remain healthy. Without enough sleep, your brain cannot function properly, which will cause you to irritability and stress. Finally, take breaks from watching, reading, or listening to news stories. Considering limiting to just a couple of times a day and disconnecting from phone, TV, computer screens for a while. So how is it going? Are you feel better for now? Let us know in your comment. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, and follow us on TikTok to get more information about mental health awareness.
The COVID-19 situation gave the world a chance to understand how blissful life was. Remember that one day when all our physical interactions with the outside world, from social interactions, concerts, traveling, exercising, attending lectures, and all what was normal one day came to a stop. Coronavirus outbreak, the sudden pandemic which fell upon us without a warning. Everything took an unexpected turn. Most of us believed it would barely last for a week. Little did we know. Nothing will be the same, but that doesn't mean it is for the worse. At the end of the day, this is a global pandemic which fell upon the whole world. Empathy is what we need the most. Start with your own self, in-house do physical activities, support your families and friends' mental well-being, and accept that each person is fighting their own battle. So be there for them while managing conflicts calmly.